quick introduction to the Smart Notebook software that we've got. The first thing that you're going to need is this tool down here, is Board Tools. And if you search in your Spotlight and you look for Board Tools, you should find it there. Once you've got it open, you get this menu which might appear on the left hand side, and you can move it around as you please. What's important about this is that you have to imagine that your whiteboard is connected to your computer, and so you'll be stood at your whiteboard, not your computer. So these tools are shortcuts to the things you might need. For example, a pen, calculator, here's the eraser, screen capture, right click. At the bottom here under settings, you've got all the different things that you might want. When you look at the board, if you pick up a pen from the front of the board, then what you'll find is that automatically one of these tools is activated. For example, the eraser. The eraser tool comes on. The moment you touch the board, you start erasing what you wrote. The second thing that you'll need is this notebook software here. When you open Notebook, you'll get a screen similar to this. So what you've got at the top here are your tools: drawing, writing, shapes, eraser, fill. You've got some basic functions of save, undo, and open here. On the left here, you've got some extra functions that allow you to arrange your slides just like you would find in PowerPoint, importing, exporting, importing and attachments, but I'll come to that soon. You've got some extra functions here which is quite new to the latest software, which I'll go through shortly. So the basics then, start with the pen. You choose a pen, you get your colour, you can set defaults as long as you play around with this and find exactly what you need. For now I'll just choose pen, and much easier when you're stood at the board with a pen. This is exactly what happens. I'm doing this with a trackpad right now. If you want to do text, there's two things you can do. One, if you just put your pointer anywhere on the screen and start typing. Notebook automatically recognises that that's what you want to do. The second thing is if you actually click the tool, you get the options, various things that you might want, change of font, etc. A new feature is symbols. Just under here you'll find various things that you could want. Superscript if you want to maybe do x squared, but also actual mathematical symbols as well under this function here. Let's go for sigma. Double click and it's in. Okay, so that's text, and it just takes a little bit of playing around and instantly you'll find out that it's just like any other software. Next thing, shapes. Every shape you draw has got a set of functions that come with it. If I use my select tool, which is here, and I select the shape, I get to do all sorts of things like properties, changing colours, line style, let's do black line, thick black line, etc. Some new functions here that I've not really played with, but it's essentially PowerPoint. Anything that you can do in PowerPoint, it seems that you can copy it over here. So as soon as you click and you enter the page, you can have an animation. If I go back to a new image, a new shape, let's try pentagon. No, hexagon. With a hexagon, you can do things like infinite cloner. So every time I move this original shape now, I get a new version of that shape. Not bad if you're trying to create tessellations, for example. Other options? Well, link is quite a good one, because if you have a shape here and you just want a link, say click here to go to bbc.co.uk. Well, now I have this, and on the corner here is my little link. But you can change that and the whole shape becomes the object. So if I click anywhere on the shape, it takes me to BBC. You'll have to take my word for that. My computer's running slow. There it is. Straight over to BBC. Okay, so this is the basic page, and when you're in class you might use text, you might use handwriting, you might use a shape. Eventually you're going to run out of space, you might want to extend the page. And the more you extend the page, the more space you get. Alternatively, if you want a new slide, on the left hand side here is Slide Manager. That is the absolute basics to notebook software.